left, right hand by your side. Please welcome William T. Riker.
That we're missing one person. He's one of the greatest actors to ever grace the stage, not to mention Shakespearean text. Definitely one of the sexiest bald men alive. Please welcome Sir Patrick Stewart to the stage!
Question? Do we need a next-gen reboot of the film? I mean, it's something Hollywood's doing so much these days.
When you say we, you mean we
Does
or
it
they?
Answer how you wish.
We don't. They may. Whatever you like, obviously, is what's going to happen.
I'm sure you get asked all the time what your favorite memory that you have, but do you have a favorite memory of someone else? Like a moment that you watched another one of the cast, your castmates, and thought something, funny or crazy? Maybe you think of a story, of a memory? LeVar, you look like you're wanting to sort of laugh right now.
I've been wanting to laugh and since I arrived in Calgary. and only because I have the opportunity to spend time with the people I laugh best with this weekend.
I remember one of my favorite moments, which I think was a favorite moment for all, but particularly juicy for me, was when I finally found the button to turn Data on. Do you mind if I show them where it was?
While you're at it, Dr. Crusher, I've got a button too.
I did my butt shot.
Please extrapolate.
Well, actually, I have to say quickly before he extrapolates, if I had known, girls, he didn't tell anyone he was going to be naked. If I had known, I would have been there with the camera. And those photos would have been on my table this weekend.
Tell the naked bottom story. No, it's not coming out. All right.
Can I mention another moment that remains warm in my memory? And this has nothing to do with butts. I just quote a line, that's all, and you watch the reaction. It wasn't him. It never was. It was his assistant. Go for it.
It wasn't him, it never was. It was his assistant. It wasn't him, it never was. It was his assistant. It wasn't him, it never was. It was his It wasn't him, it never was. It was his It wasn't him, it never was. It was his It never was. It was the guy who worked for him.
death of Tasha Yar. That's my parents told me about death through Star Trek. And it's amazing that it's a show.
Sorry, you haven't learned about death through Wednesday.
Well,
That doesn't really happen usually. You know that. Okay, you got that. Because I'm really concerned.
Unless you're a fish in Louisiana, then it happens a lot.
No.
But do you think that is the resounding appeal of Star Trek? The fact that it deals with these very, very human elements in this fantastic way that is out there in the stars. Is that what makes it work and inspires such fandom?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's why Star Trek is so important. It deals with what?
Someone
The difference between good science fiction and great science fiction is that good science fiction is really enjoyable to watch. Great science fiction works on multiple levels for different people. It can be an exciting action adventure for some part of the audience, and it can be an incredibly meaningful message about equality or technology or death or love
So please address all questions to Will Wheaton. Thank you.
So I've got a question, Will. Why weren't you that smart 25 years ago?
14 and struggling to find my bum with both hands.
Yeah, I accept that excuse.
Thank you.
I'll ask those of you, several of you directed episodes of TNG, so for those of you that got behind the camera, did it give you a different perspective on the series that you were a part of? And did you maybe appreciate a little bit less the fact that sometimes people laugh a lot?
Before we start, before the directors amongst us answer this question, which doesn't include me, obviously, which is why I'm getting my 2 cents worth in now. Patrick, you remember all the smoke that we always used to have to act in? All the atmospheric smoke? All these
Safe smoke.
Very safe.
Very safe
The
smoke.
entire crew is wearing masks.
Very safe smoke.
This has nothing to do with its carcinogenic properties.
Right.
Not only safe, good for you.
Good for you.
But wait a minute, we changed the law.
Well, wait a
Kind of
second.
because of our
Patrick, when he was an actor, complained to the Screen Actors Guild. And they came to the set.
This is actually a true story.
This is a true story. And they came to the set and they told us all what all the guidelines and recommendations were for working in the smoke. And this was great because basically they had 20 minutes until we had to go out and breathe some fresh air. And he was the one that called SAG. Bear this in mind. Until he got to direct. You have never seen so much effing smoke in your life.
Smoke made shit look good, didn't it?
I do remember watching the dailies of the bar scene in Fistful of Natures, and it looked like the bar was on fire. Billowings.
The poor barmaid, remember her? Looked like she was on fire. And she was talking to me, and billows of smoke was coming up. Patrick was sitting back there, more smoke.
Were you with me in engineering with Patrick? If it would be all right if I knelt in the middle of the room.
I'm afraid I was, Jonathan. I'm afraid I was.
It was a nice moment, wasn't
Well,
it?
something that you learn as an actor who crosses the line to direct an episode of Star Trek is just how little your friends really care.
It'll look great, Jonathan. You cross the room, you stop in the middle of the room, you kneel. That's smoking Seemed like a good idea, didn't it?
It looked great.
Yes.
All right, we got questions from the floor that we can get to. I'm not sure where the first one is. We're bringing up the lights.